friends, it's Nancy. I've got a flip through of a journal I just finished. This is a hollow back, hidden spine junk journal. The spine is 1.5 inches. The overall dimensions of the book are just about 6 by about 8.5-ish. Anyway, this is a vintage Little Women book. The closure is some vintage seam binding. Oh goodness, I hope I haven't tied a knot. I think I tied a knot. Here we go. And you'll see that there's lots of lace and lots of lace here, and it has 5 signatures, and we'll just flip through this. So I really enjoyed making this. It had lots of pastel colors. I wanted to keep it vintage, but not dark, not brown, but pretty pastel, feminine. So here in the front, this is the paper that I chose for the inside covers. And so I'm using pink and yellow and green and turquoise that matches this crocheted lace here. And I got a couple of pockets. So this one has an image of the Little Women. This one is a library book card, and it has the first line of the book. Christmas won't be Christmas without any presents. So that can be put anywhere in the book. And this one is the first page of the book, and I've just layered that up, and there's some space on the back for journaling. So those can be moved anywhere. This is some hand crocheted lace that's been tea dyed, and you know what, I'm just going to keep this handy to show tuck spots. So there's a tuck spot there, so it's some collaged lace and papers. So this overhangs just a little bit, and it has a seam binding bow, a little bit of eyelet lace, a little bit of hand crocheted lace. This is tea dyed paper. This is scrapbook paper, and I've just sewn a little piece of calico up at the top. Here is a map of oh my goodness, the New England states. So this came from National Geographic. So it's a historic map of the region. So I have just glued on some writing paper there and sewn around it, so you have a place to journal. This is a certificate paper, some ledger paper, and I've chosen ledger paper that is slightly creamy color, but it has purple and turquoise and pink lines, and I've stitched on some lace there. This is an old doily. I'll kind of show you. It's on both sides. I wanted to use this page from a children's encyclopedia that talks about Louisa May Alcott. But the back, I can't remember what was on the back, but it wasn't that interesting. Oh, it was really graphic, heavy. So I made these pull-out tags, and so you can journal on the back. And the front, these came from another edition of Little Women, the color images. So they just tuck into that pocket that I made out of this vintage lace doily. Here we have some satin ribbon and a calico ruffle. Plus there's some really fine hand crochet lace there. It's just beautiful. Some more scrapbook paper. Here's a little tuck spot. And sewn here's some lace. Here's another tuck spot. And I placed this collage here because I thought it went really well with this pattern paper. This is actually dollhouse wallpaper. And I've layered a couple pieces of fabric and a piece of hand crocheted lace as a tab. There's a piece of hand tatted lace. Here is another tuck spot. And another tuck spot. This is some pattern vellum. This is a die cut mason jar that I've covered in fabric. With a little more lace. This has got some satin ribbon, some hand crocheted lace, and a little bit of tulle with pearls stitched onto it. And on this side, another tuck spot. This is an envelope that I covered in white lace, so you can open it up and put things in there, but I've just got it looped over top of the page, and I've got it attached with this rusty pin. This is also a tuck spot, so you can put a little tag in there or something. Coffee dyed paper. Here's another fabric ruffle with hand crocheted lace, some scrapbook paper, and little fabric and lace tab at the top. Here's a little banner that I made out of hand crocheted lace and some silk ribbon. Some more lace. Another tuck spot. And I thought this really matched well. The sort of greeny turquoise aqua color matches with the water, and the beige and brown goes with the map. In this glassine envelope, I have inserted, I believe there's 19 different illustrations from the original book. So I've just attached those in there, and if you want to use them as tags, journaling, squares, tuck spots, whatever you want to use them for, they're in there, so you can pick out your favorite scenes. There's another little glassine envelope that I've stitched on here, and I've stitched on this piece of hand embroidery with pink and purple flowers. And here is a tag that I've made, and I've layered some eyelets, some old lace, and a button as a tab, and it just slides right in this piece of glass, old vintage glassine. I think this came out of an old photo album, if I'm not mistaken. And there's the back of that banner. Gosh, that almost looks like it's glued on there, doesn't it? Another tuck spot. Here's some more hand tatted lace on the dollhouse wallpaper. And certificate paper, more hand crocheted lace on this ledger paper, vellum. Oh, I guess that's not a tuck spot. Oh well. There's a tuck spot. And where I could, I had the lacy edge overhanging. Another tuck spot. I don't think this is hand crocheted. I believe this is machine made lace, this pink and white. Another tuck spot. Here's a glassine envelope, and I've got another tag with an illustration from the story. You can tuck something in there. I've just sewn this little motif because I thought it was pretty. Another tuck spot. And here's another piece of that old glassine from the photo album, and I've made another tag with the file folder. And here's another piece of hand embroidered floral pink and purple. And another envelope where you can tuck something. And a final tuck spot. So this is still got room in it for more.